Sports with Mike Ludlam is on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely.
And I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Republicans are calling for President Biden to resign, saying if he isn't running, then he's unfit to serve. We're live at the nation's capital with the latest.
Plus, Senator Gary Peters talks with us about the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act and the projects it's created in Michigan.
And there's a new director of police for Iron Mountain following the previous director's retirement. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
A cool and cloudy day that brought some rain our way. You like that rhyme, Sarah?
Yes, I was just saying that.
High five.
Yes. Are we expecting any more rain, and when are we going to warm back up, of course?
Well, you might be regretting that wish to warm back up. I'll show you those temperatures for the outlook coming up after the break. Rain showers primarily for the central and eastern locations. Those are going to dissipate, taper off, slow down as we get further into the evening. Temps right now in the 60s. We'll see those drop mostly into the 50s. And then coming up, as I mentioned, we do have some hot conditions on the way, including some very muggy moments. That's all on the way in your full forecast after the break.
All right, thank you, Air. And a Hancock man is dead after confessing to politically motivated crimes while using an ATV over the weekend. Hancock City Police received a message from the suspect saying he wanted to confess to the crimes we reported on yesterday. Officers found the body of the 22-year-old suspect, whose name has not been released, at a home in Quincy Township. He died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police also found the four-wheeler and clothing the suspect had been seen wearing. The crimes involved victims who displayed Trump election signs. One of them, an 80-year-old, was run over and sent to the hospital in critical condition. The investigation is ongoing. And just about 48 hours ago, President Joe Biden announced he was not seeking re-election. He has since endorsed his Vice President Kamala Harris for the Democratic nomination.
Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp is finally back in our nation's capital. She joins us live from the U.S. Capitol. Rachel, you've heard from our congressional members on this. How are they reacting?
Hey, Sarah and Kevin. Yes, it's great to be back here, but Democrats, for the most part, are pretty energized about this change in the campaign. But as far as Republicans, they're saying that if President Biden cannot seek re-election, then he should resign and vacate his office. Now, since that debate between Biden and former President Donald Trump, Republicans have highlighted Biden's poor performance during the debate. Others, like Republican Representatives Mark Molinaro of New York, are calling Biden to resign, saying that if he is not fit to seek re-election, he isn't fit to continue service as commander-in-chief. Other representatives of the Republican representatives say that Biden's own party bullied him out of office, and now that the party will choose their new candidate in the most undemocratic process. Now, meanwhile, on the other side of the aisle, Democrats on the Hill are amped up about this change. Now, before Biden announced he was stepping aside, many started to slowly publicly state that they did not want Biden to run again. But with this announcement that he is stepping aside, some of our Democratic members, like Senators Gary Peters and Debbie Stabenow, are all endorsing Kamala Harris.
President Biden's selfless decision has given the Democratic Party the opportunity to unite behind a new nominee, and boy, oh boy, are we enthusiastic. Since President Biden's announcement, we've seen the Democratic Party swiftly coalesce behind Vice President Kamala Harris.
The Democrat Party likes to talk about democracy a lot and how that they're supposedly the guardians of democracy. They have taken 14 million votes and just thrown them out the window. She has failed as the borders are. She owned her, Joe Biden's terrible record is also her terrible record.
Sarah and Kevin, Republicans on the Hill are now starting to shift their focus on Vice President Harris, saying that she is a co-conspirator when it comes to Biden's policies, including saying that she had a lot of part in the border crisis as well as inflation issues. But again, Democrats are just really energized and amped up for this change in the decision. They're also praising President Biden for stepping aside and just kind of reading the room and taking the nation's temperature on that. But Sarah and Kevin, we will expect President Biden to address the nation tomorrow night. We do expect him to hear about the reasons why he is stepping aside from the 2024 election. Sarah, Kevin, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you very much. Lawmakers in Lansing are looking to gain insight into the impacts of funding from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act in Michigan.
Senator Gary Peters hosted the first field hearing of the Senate Commerce Committee to hear from state leaders, including the CEO of Invest UP. In Michigan, more than 500 projects have been launched with funding from the act since it was signed in 2021. As members of Congress look to gather more information about how the funds have been applied nationwide, Peters says it was important to him to start in Michigan.
The bipartisan infrastructure law has brought a lot of resources into the Upper Peninsula, whether it was broadband, but also roads, bridges, basic things that needed to be fixed that have not been fixed for many, many years.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more on the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act and what lawmakers say will come next. A vacant property in Escanaba could become part of a growing gas station chain by 2026. The former Super One on North Lincoln Road has been closed for several years. Today, the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority adopted a resolution to turn it into a quick trip fuel station and convenience store, pending City Council approval. A representative says the business would feature 10 to 12 gas pumps, 2 car washes, and bring up to 50 new jobs to the area.
The neat thing about Quick Trip is that we share this 40% of our pre-tax profits with our co-workers, and last year that equated to about 11% cash bonus to the co-worker, and then they got nearly 7% into the retirement plan.
Our Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons will have more details on this and other redevelopment projects on our 11 p.m. newscast.
The city of Iron Mountain has a new leader of the city's police and fire departments. Our Iron Mountain Bureau reporter Amy Doyle speaks with the city's new director of police and fire services.
Here in Iron Mountain, there's a new face leading the city's police and fire services. Jeff Solka has officially taken over the role following the retirement of longtime director Ed Mattson.
On July 6th, veteran officer Jeff Solka stepped into his new position as Director of Police and Fire Services. Solka, who joined the Iron Mountain Police Department in 2006, brings over 17 years of law enforcement experience to the role.
I started my career out with going through the Northern Michigan University Police Academy in Marquette, worked for both Chocolate Township and the Marquette County Sheriff's Department and Dickinson County Sheriff's Department.
He aims to strengthen community ties by increasing visibility and openness with the public. His priorities include recruitment and training, which have recently filled 3 vacancies. Another new NMU recruit joins in August. He discussed staffing challenges and the rising demands of paperwork for officers.
Yeah, we are constantly looking for different grants as far as to assist with funding for whether it's training, hiring new personnel. There are fire department grants that we're looking at regularly. It's just whether or not we meet the minimum requirements for those grants.
The department's dispatch and office administrator praises Solka's leadership and the smooth transition to the new position.
I think he's eased into it perfectly. The former director helped him get to that point. He was taking on duty 6 months ago already. So it's exciting. Yeah, I think it's going to be great for the community.
The new Police and Fire Services Director focuses on community engagement and transparency, promising a bright future for Iron Mountain services. Amy Doyle, WZMQ 19 News, Iron Mountain.
Your first morning weather forecast is coming up after this break.
Plus, top players in the Upper Peninsula Ladies Golf Association tournament face off in Marquette.
And later tonight, the Gladstone Indians and Marquette Blues hit the diamond for some American Legion baseball. We're back in 2 minutes.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go.
3, 2.
For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
Ever try unlocking your door with a case of bottled water in your arms?
Lisa from Norway Springs here. Unless you're very good at balancing or have 3 arms, bringing home those small water bottles from the store is no fun. Here's a better idea. Try our water delivery service for free for 1 month. We'll deliver a cooler and 15 gallons of great bottled water. And you'll get your arms back.
Fresh, safe water, guaranteed. Call Norway Springs today.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Chairs, chairs, and more chairs. On sale now at Shunk's of Marquette. We have hundreds of chairs, swivel gliders like this, and wingback chairs with high legs. There's comfy barrel chairs that swivel, and chaise chairs with storage. Plus, we have accent chairs for small spaces, and dressy leather chairs that will dress up any room, and big leather chairs with ottomans, or stress-free chairs and ottomans. There's chairs with bright, bold prints that will make you smile. And there's a large selection of chairs for outside. Shop Shunk Furniture in Marquette today.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 first warning weather with Air Stastic.
Looks a little bit drier further to the west as those rain showers and thunderstorms are heading to the central and far eastern locations. Some possible thunderstorms this evening. Most of that should be clearing out, although we do have about a 30% chance of that returning into those later hours as we get into our Wednesday. Tonight, we do have a lot of clouds out there, although that view line, look at this, it's almost at the bottom of, I almost said Mexico. That's not Mexico. That's Wisconsin, and that is Michigan. Man, when you go on vacation, pooh. Anyway, that KP index is going to be fairly low tonight. The better news is tomorrow it's going to be a little bit higher, especially around 2 a.m., but this view line is going to be down here at the bottom of the UP. So either way, I guess win-win, especially as we're expecting mostly clear skies tomorrow. I mentioned those showers or thunderstorms could return later in the evening. We'll time it out with futurecasts. Temperatures mostly in the 50s, a little bit warmer down in Escanaba with a low of about 58 tonight. Good for them. All right, take a look here as those heavier showers are clearing further to the east tonight. We could see a very early thunderstorm over here in Chippewa and Mackinac counties, but most of that should be gone by the time you've got your morning commute there. 9 a.m., maybe some more sprinkles, a little bit drier. We'll see these clouds clearing out throughout the day, expecting mostly sunny skies. Here's some more chances of showers and sprinkles, mostly on the far western portion of the UP there. And again, maybe further to the east. Central locations, we're looking nice and dry for the moment. Wednesday evening, I mentioned it's going to be fairly clear out there, so good chance of seeing the northern lights. Thursday morning, let's stick with the same program. We'll have sunshine during the day, another clear evening, and then Friday, why not? Let's stick with that sunshine. I like that story. Maybe a sprinkle here or two, here or there, I should say, in the eastern portions. You want to go bike riding tomorrow? All right, let's do it. Temperatures in the 70s. You could see, again, some wet roads in the morning. We'll start with some clouds here for Manistee, Marquette, Munising, Triple M's, but those clouds clearing out. And again, those showers should be over for the majority of us in the central locations around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Wednesday night farmers market is tomorrow from 5 to 8. We'll be downtown. Those winds should be calm at the moment. Hopefully no tents blowing away. We could see some clouds moving in and out, but overall, you might need a light jacket as we are expecting temperatures in the mid or upper 60s. Muggy meter, it is back. We'll see that spike up a little bit on Thursday evening, but then returning. This weekend is going to be quite warm. We've got temperatures in the 80s here in Marquette. We'll hit about 88 on Saturday. We've also got Italian Fest, the Manja that's going on in Ishpeming. It's gonna be a toasty one. Your 7-day outlook for Escanaba is in 15 minutes.
Did you know Air is learning Italian?
I can tell.
Yes. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next.
And joining us today is the administrator for the Iron Ore Heritage Recreation Authority. We're talking trail project updates, what's on the November ballot, and trail etiquette when we come back.
Oh my God!
You wanted to experience the real New York.
We have to go ice skating.
No.
Oh, come on.
No, thank you.
Please?
No.
Okay.
I'm Elsbeth. It's like Elsbeth, but with a lisp. Thank you.
You said you wanted to help.
I do, but if I wanted to be duplicitous and obstruct justice, I would have stayed a lawyer.
Elsbeth returns October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Everyone loves the fair, from the greatest generation to the latest generation, and everyone in between. From livestock to live music to live performances, art, and fantastic food. The fair has something for everyone. The 2024 Marquette County Fair, August 8th, 9th, and 10th at the Marquette County Fairgrounds. It's fun for all ages.
We say it every election. Wouldn't it be nice if someone different came along? Someone has. Callie Barr, 5th generation, born and raised here. She's a veterans advocate and former teacher. She's running against him, Jack Bergman, an election denier who wants to ban abortion even when the mother's life is at risk. You deserve better.
I will show up for you, and I will put in the work to make our lives better. I'm Callie Barr, and I approve this message.
What's cooking? The UP State Fair Ladies' Day Recipe Contest. You can enter now. Whip up your best UP-grown ingredients and send in your entry today. Winners will be announced during the UP State Fair Ladies' Day on Friday, August 16th. Win gift baskets, ribbons, and rosettes, and the honor of having your recipe judged the best. Deadline to enter is August 1st. For details, go to WZMQ19.com. Taste of the Island, sponsored by WZMQ TV19, the Daily Press, and the UP State Fair. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Sarah Blakely and Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Tonight on Insights, we're getting an update on a major project happening on the Iron Ore Heritage Trail through Negaunee. The Marshland Boardwalk project is making progress, and joining us tonight with more is the trail administrator, Bob Hendrickson. Sorry about that.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Kevin.
Yeah, nice to meet you. This is our first time meeting each other today.
It is. Yeah.
And I understand we want to talk about some trail project updates today. What do you have for us?
Yeah, so one of our biggest projects this summer is the Negaunee Marshland Boardwalk, which is just east of Negaunee before you get to 492. It's a 750-foot boardwalk with approaches onto it, and it's right on track. So a lot of people have been asking what's going on out there. So it's by the Negaunee mine site out to the marshlands. It'll take probably most of the summer to complete it, but after it's done, we'll open it. We'll do a ribbon cutting ceremony for it. It's been funded through a Michigan Trust Fund grant, so that'll be a big deal. It'll be about a $320,000 project when it's all done, and we're looking forward to seeing it completed.
Sure, yeah. What can you tell us what it's going to look like?
It won't be just a straight boardwalk. You'll have a little meandering to it. There'll be 2 kiosks on it with marshland interpretive panels, and also a little bench area that people can take a break on. It'll be a full marshland immersion, really, because right now the cattails are actually taller than the boardwalk itself. But I think as the seasons kind of go through, it'll be an opportunity to kind of see the progression of how a marshland emerges from the spring and goes dormant in the fall. And yeah, we've been really looking forward to it. It's always been part of the project to have it in there, but we finally got the funding for it.
Excellent, sounds great. And
Yeah.
also we have some stuff coming up in the November election.
Yeah.
Some things on the ballot. Can you tell us what people can expect?
So we don't want to just make people aware that we will be having the Iron Ore Heritage Recreation Authority millage on the ballot for Republic, Humboldt, and Ely. And those are opportunities for the communities to join the Recreation Authority. What happens if they do join is then they get a representative on the board. There's a couple areas in that track of trail that really needs some improvements. We do have ORV funds that we work with, but those are basically maintenance funds. And what we want to really do is work with the communities to really develop connectivity to the trails. I think with Republic, that had been on the ballot before, we were able to leverage over $700,000 to make improvements, make a really nice trailhead there, and to improve the trails too. So it's not just the money that's going into it; it's also the money that can be leveraged through that.
Sure. And I know we also wanted to talk about this is maybe not so much today, but the summer, you know, a lot of people on the trails, so we want to talk a little bit about trail etiquette today. I understand you brought a sign with you.
So we do. We have these signs along the trails, and they're the trail etiquette signs. We look at them more as etiquette than there are rules. So being courteous, keeping on the right-hand side of the trail, slowing down to pass is a really important one. Giving an audible warning when people are coming up. If you're approaching somebody from behind, that you want to make sure that they're aware of you. And sometimes people have earbuds in, so you need to be a little bit louder with that. Control your speed. There's been a lot of issues this summer, especially on the congested areas of the trail where people are going too fast. Everybody needs to slow down a little bit, especially if there's traffic. If you're looking for a time to do speed on the trail, pick the times that people aren't on it. Keep your dog leashed and please pick up after him. I just had an accident yesterday where I was trimming the trail and I stepped in a big old pile of poo. And,
nobody likes that.
That didn't make my day at all, so please pick that up. Electric bikes, pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. So that's where that's at, and everybody's encouraged to help keep our trail clean.
Awesome. All right. Lots of great stuff there, Bob. Hey, thank you so much for hopping on with us today. And I believe, Sarah, we're going to send it on over to you now.
Yes, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. Feeding America West Michigan is looking for people to help set up their mobile food pantry in Ishpeming on August 1st. Duties include setting up, packing boxes, registering clients, and any other needs that may arise. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, just head to upersunited.com, and we will be right back.
This is the most beautiful location I've ever seen in my life.
Like, I didn't even know that parts of the earth look like this.
My gosh, look how gorgeous.
Do you see this mountain? Your challenge is to reach the summit. This mountain will force you to make some tough decisions.
I'm gonna piss a lot of people off.
I'm as evil as it can get.
The Summit, special sneak peek of the premiere episode, September 29th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Shop hundreds of lazy boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
This is home for CBS. WZMQ 19.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes, we're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
D-E-P-R.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale. Bipolar? Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
He's a mind reader.
On WZMQ CBS.
Good evening, everyone. The top two seeds in the qualifying day of the Upper Peninsula Ladies Golf Association tournament met in the championship match this afternoon at the Marquette Golf Club. Caro Tripp, representing Marquette, faced Annika Miller, representing Ontonagon, in the match play finale on the Heritage course. We will start the action on the fourth hole. Now that is a par 5 with a rather hilly green. And Tripp with her third shot, and I would have thought she'd have been happy with this result. And both players, in fact, were staring at birdie putts. Now Miller will take over here, and she will roll in her birdie, but Tripp slid her putt just past the hole. Tripp had the early advantage, though, in the match play. To the seventh hole, a short but tricky par 3. Tripp's birdie attempt secured a win of the hole here, and she led 2 up after 9 holes. We go to the 13th. Miller with a favorable position, and her second shot was even better than her tee shot. Now, she didn't make the birdie putt, but Tripp bogeyed the hole. The score was even after 13. Miller was up 1 after 15, and Tripp appeared to be trouble on 16, but a nice chip shot here. She was able to stay within 1 shot. Miller had a chance to clinch the win on 17, but she pushed her birdie attempt just a little bit to her right. So on 18 we go. Miller still leading by 1 up. And on the green, Tripp had a birdie try to even the score again, but the ball trailed off to her left. Miller was able to make the white knuckling knee knocker from about 4 feet to win the title 1 up. After the match, Miller told the media about plenty of summer trips to the Upper Peninsula.
Grandpa are in charge. They're from Montonagan. I was born in Marinette, but I grew up coming up here every summer, so our friends, the Sagers, they live here in Marquette. They all work at the golf course, so it's all just one big friends, family thing going. Carol's a great player. She had me battling all day for sure. I would have liked to finish on the 17th, but, you know, it just makes the nerves a little greater, so that was fun. My coach always told me, pretend you're at the Masters, and you'll be glad you practice 100 4-footers for hours on end, and I was thinking, yep, this is that moment he was talking about.
Miller golfs at Palm Beach Atlantic University. That's a Division II Christian school in West Palm Beach, Florida, and a member of the Sunshine State Conference. The school's nickname is the Sailfish. The 20-year-old junior was named an All-American Scholar Athlete by the Women's Golf Coaches Association. The Zone Upper Peninsula champion Gladstone Indians and the host Marquette Blues will play in the state tournament starting on Thursday. Here's how Gladstone won the zone final against the Eastern UP Wood Ducks. Isaac Ketchum will get the Indians on the board. He's going to punch one out the left center pretty well. It goes over the left fielder's head. Casey Alwarden and Aiden Cretan would score, and the Indians had a 2-0 lead. Isaac Ketchum. Moving on, Isaac Ketchum's going to score here as Austin Pepin followed with an RBI single to make it 3-0. And Gladstone went on to take the title by the score of 4-0.
Me to stick with my stuff, don't try to do too much, and just trust my defense, get up in the counter early, and that's what I did. So it worked.
I've been pulling my shoulder and opening myself a lot, and it's just been causing a lot of issues towards my swing. But that time, Coach Swanson is here from high school ball, and he helped me out a lot right before I went out. And then Tyler, he said it stays flat and almost rises a little, his fastball, so I made sure to stay on top of it, and I got a hold of it.
Well, then my junior year came in, we got knocked out in zones, but ended up having a shot at the state tournament. Ended up taking 3rd place. Last year, automatically had to host it, took 2nd, so hopefully we can bring it home this year.
Gladstone will meet Gaylord Thursday at 1:30 in Marquette to start that baseball tournament.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. We're going to take a break and be right back after this.
I'm Bert Mason, candidate for state representative. The UP is struggling. Inflation is high, wages are low, housing and child care is unaffordable. Our freedoms are under attack, from the red flag laws to the new energy bills. We need conservative common sense values and sound business practices to address our UP needs in Lansing. I sit on several boards, and my business development background gives me the skills to address these issues. Vote for Bert Mason on August 6th.
25 years of fun, and you're invited. It's the silver anniversary of the Downtown Marquette Farmers Market. Come celebrate with us every Saturday morning at the Marquette Commons. From 9 to 1, you'll find a wide variety of local foods, produce, art, and so much more. Plus, the Wednesday night Farmers Market on the 100 block of West Washington Street is back from 5 to 8. For more information, visit mqtfarmersmarket.com. The Farmers Market is presented by the Marquette DDA and sponsored by Flagstar Bank and WZMQ 19.
Tonight, the Secret Service director steps down following the Trump assassination attempt. Is there more fallout ahead? Then, forgotten by headlines, one town's battle to rebuild after a twister, and where VP Harris is making her first campaign stop on the CBS Evening News.
It's HGTV Week on J-Hood with Egypt Sherrod and Mike Jackson from Married to Real Estate.
Jennifer did not have to come up here with this belt showing us out, okay?
When we go home, I'm going to be dazzle yours.
Plus, Sanaa Lathan.
Loving basketball. You know how to play basketball? I had never picked up a basketball.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Current temperatures in the 60s. We'll see these drop down into the 50s tonight. Expect cloudy conditions, maybe some showers overnight. Tomorrow, you'll see those clouds decreasing in the afternoon and the evening. So if you're going fishing and you like that cloud coverage, it's out of there. Temperatures warming up for Esky on Saturday.
Finally, the Escanaba City Band continues to celebrate its 100th year of playing music for the community with a special event tomorrow evening.
The band invites the public to a community picnic featuring local food trucks at Ludington Park at 5 p.m. At 7:30, the band will perform a centennial celebration concert with Mayor Mark Amel conducting the first song. The mayor will also make a proclamation declaring July 24th Escanaba City Band Day.
That'll do it for our 6 o'clock. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central.